Solomon waits until Maeve some distance away, then he turns to you. I want to talk to you without the observer they have attached to us overhearing. He casts a sweeping glance around the courtyard and lowers his voice. Do you get the sense that what is happening raises questions that lack coherent answers? If you have suspicions, why have you not? No. Do not forget this area have nothing but cordial. This is what they call a persecution complex. Oh, Morn. I am uneasy as well on account of certain unusual circumstances. Which one in particular? The governor barely managed to stay in a saddle, which is odd for a local nobleman. The governor is not Thessarian, yet he seems utterly clueless about what is happening on outside planets. Remember the last mutant from something was off about him. It wasn't just physical deformity. Yeah, mutation is a corruption that seldom leaves a person with sound mind. But what the madman spouted on the scaffold, what he had done to himself, that was beyond pale. The local beliefs, what is this tripe about altering your destiny? The God Emperor alone knows how many different cults of him there are. No two planets worship him in quite the same way, but only a heretic would wax poetic about altering the fate that was ordained by the Emperor once and for all. The fact that the mutant attacking during a public execution with no clear... the governor is not... Yeah, he's not from here. Precisely. Either he had an experience so traumatic as to cause him altogether to lose his memory, or being played for fools. The sculptor, like Roldo, is not a local, but more importantly, he's a sanctioned psyker. His work with locally mined stone may be a harmless pursuit, or it may not be. In any event, the fact that the governor employs a sorcerer who is working on his own project is enough to raise question. The governor barely manages to stay in his saddle, which is odd for a nobleman. Not too odd considering his ravenous fondness for food, but an astute observation. And the fact that the mutants attacked during a public execution. The attack is unlikely to have been planned. It looked too messy. On the other hand, perhaps that's the best this backwater planet can do when it comes to plotting and scheming. I do not like the way the governor is using every means possible to stall our inquiry into the tithe. Indeed, at first one could mistake it for sycophancy and an attempt to appease the celestial guest, but the longer it goes on, the more apparent the criminal intent behind the stalling of inevitable becomes. I have a theory. I'd like to hear your first, lest my opinions influence your reasoning. We are being led into a I'd wager this is a cult. Predicaments I get into usually involve cults of some description. That's a good one. It's not what they are making it out to be. Not a feudal world with a primitive populace but a forge world, or else an industrial one. There's something in the atmosphere that alters human brains. Sooner or later, anyone who lives here becomes clumsy. I would wager that this is a cult. Predicaments I get into usually involve a cult of some sort. Heretical cults are not only a threat by far, but there is enough heresy on this era either way. My hypothesis is not about the tithe. That is merely a pretext to keep us here long, but for what? We should play along for now. Let them think we've taken the bait while we wait for an opportunity to seize control of the situation. For that, we need to agree on a signal to launch the coordinated attack. I will... No. We're going to resolve that... No. When I say lovely weather... No, the Emperor knows. When I say lovely weather. Understood. That's it? That's it? She returns quickly, or taking quick, careful steps along the paved road, a brimming goblet. Your Emisec, my lord. I haven't spilt a drop. Without a word, the arbitrator hurls a drink into the pavement. The splash of Emisec is like scarlet wound upon the stone, polished by 1,000 souls. Okay. What was that for?
A new challenge.
I mean, I know why he did it, but I wanted, like, I thought we were gonna test it for something drug-like. Now I gotta what? Go hunt. Am I actually doing this hunt? Can I take my pet that I don't understand why that one didn't come home to mommy. But that's neither here nor... Where's number 4? Oh.
Experience? Nothing matters more.
Is this chapter 2? No, chapter 0406. I am impure and my body is impure. Vital fluids, not my own, are stirring within me as though wood-boring beetles were digging their filthy tunnels through my frame. I must destroy this vice. I must squeeze it out. It is customary to replace an old vessel, and I have replaced my rotten cage with chambers of gold. Yet I still feel filthy. For if the contents are spoilt and not merely the shell, what can be done to achieve redemption? My face is burning. A borrowed face, a weak face. I must take off the fetters of my skin and cleanse its inner side of vice. Take away, O Emperor. What was that? Wasn't there like a sci-fi show or something like that? Like not way
Unexpected
back in the
result.
day, but like I forget how many years ago now. Where like that you would like people would wear other people's faces and stuff like that. You remember that? I don't even know how long ago that was, but that's kind of what this is reminding me of. So it's almost like all of these people are somebody else. They're just wearing somebody else's face. They keep like keeping themselves alive for longer and longer and longer because they're wearing someone else's face. So what are these people? They could all be heretics. I mean, that's for damn sure. They could all be, I don't know. Oh, this is to, I come from an honored dynasty. He keeps trying to approach someone, but they all recoil from him as if he were a leper. The mob's instigator, a lady in a golden mask, exclaims, "Oh, listen to the songs of this poor wretch. He thinks that the bath they gave him makes him look like a nobleman. We ask our celestial lady, brand this peasant." Woman in a half mask, gorgeous, watching you intently. Do you truly believe this man to be a commoner in disguise? The loudest amongst the onlookers exchanges glances. The woman in the golden mask bobs as she offers a curtsy. "Most certainly, your celestial highness. His plebeian nature is apparent to every self-respecting aristocrat." The woman is not lying, but neither is she being completely candid. The way she looks at the accused speaks of an old, inappeasable hatred, the kind one shows to a true enemy. This man is a noble. Why are you so intent on painting him otherwise? She clears her throat. There is not a word of lie in what we have said. This travesty of a nobleman was granted his privileges less than 100 years ago. Family of upstarts who have elevated themselves through peddlery. For any true-born noble, he is no different than a masquerading peasant. A tired sigh escapes Abelard. Thessera has more in common with Dargonus than I first thought. I'm ready to brand the imposter. I think it's the woman in the gold mask. She's too loud. If you were trying to pretend to be that. The noble gasps while the woman stomps her foot and starts flailing her arms. "How dare you! I am a descendant of a noble line. I will complain to the governor." You hear a few laughs. The people gathered here seem to appreciate the sheer absurdity of anyone trying to threaten you with such a complaint. Good. I like that. Good. We gotta keep talking to people. Lord help.
I won't tolerate weakness.
Okay. Like, this is an interesting little hunt. So I gotta find the next group of nobles and then see which one of them is not actually a noble. I'm just here to piss everybody off, and that's all there is. What is he? Can I get back here? Yeah. They're good. Thank you. Glad I came back here. I mean, not that we need it. But I mean, it is a new playthrough. Sometimes I keep forgetting that this is a new playthrough and that we do actually need this stuff. And this isn't like our 200 plus episode playthrough that doesn't need anything. You know what I mean? So, Tess, who are you going to piss off next? Wait, who is... Oh, that looks shady. Tess? Tess, honey, I know we were busy doing fun other things, but hold on. That looks very shady. Hi, what are we doing? The young noblewoman's hair is disheveled. Oh, disheveled, you say? Her bodice stained with grime and her mask pushed clumsily on top of her head. Holding her skirt high, she's trying her hardest to fight her way through the guards blocking the door. Just let me go, please, for throne's sake. Oh. It's not the fun kind of disheveled. I was hoping it'd be like the sexy fun time disheveled, but here we are. The woman notices you and attempts something resembling a curtsy, but stumbles and falls to her knees. I'm done. I can't take it anymore. You're our celestial lady, aren't you? I am. You don't look much like a noble lady. I'm Edka, your graciousness. I'm not a noble, not one bit. I just do the laundry and bleach the linens. I've never mixed in high society in my life. Forgive a fool, your graciousness. According to the rules, you're meant to pose as an... Why are you trying to escape? I want to get away before they start putting those brands on us. For the tricksters. I'm no kind of trickster. Can't you see? I couldn't fool a Grox. Why are you participating then in the first place? It's not like they asked me nicely. They grabbed me, shoved me in this dress, threw me in here. Nobody here was asked. But I don't want to be anybody's toy. I have 3 boys and a girl. We starch our lords and ladies' undergarments. We work our fingers to the bone just to get enough scraps for the day. She shows you her calloused hands, mottled red from chemical burns. Why are you telling me you were meant to pose as a noble? I don't want no reward, milady. I want to get back home. Woman hangs her head and clutches the lace frills on her dress. Her breathing stutters as she racked with silent sobs. What should I do with you? Gripping the frills of her fabulous dress in her coarse, white-knuckled hands, the woman looks up at you. Please, by the God Emperor, just let me leave. Nobody who gets put in one of these get-ups ever comes back. If I stay, I won't see my home again. I just know it. I haven't done anything wrong. No one ever comes back. What does that mean? Just that, your graciousness. It doesn't matter if you get branded or not. Once the hunt is over, you're gone. This place is like a Grox pit. There's no way back. But I want to live. I want to be useful. Please, please let me go home. Yeah, I'm not. No. No. Let her go. I feel like Tess would definitely let her go. Lacking the courage to object to your demand, the guard reluctantly steps aside. As the woman turns to look back at you, you see wet trails on her guileless face. Thank you, Celestial Lady. You sweetheart. I'll never forget your kindness. She bows and vanishes into the darkness. So glad we did that. I thought that was going to be a fun kind of disheveled, not the sad kind of disheveled. Fine. So now, second, now we're missing the third. Okay. I thought that was going to be like a detour or something. I didn't think it was going to be so like... Oh, cupbearer. Didn't we already talk to him? Yeah, have a taste if you please, my Celestial Lady. The vintage has been maturing since we laid the cornerstone of our citadel. Perhaps the Fountain of Amasek is considered the height of luxury here on this era, but to you, one who has mastered the art of social libation, the amount of drink seems rather meager. Do you always have Amasek flowing in that fountain? By no means. Such frivolous excess would impede us in carrying out our burden of service to the Emperor. It is only on truly great days such as today that the fountain pours forth this noble beverage. Besides, even the sturdiest of servants could not work to pump for days on end. The pump? Naturally, my Celestial Lady. It requires the grueling labor of dozens of sturdy workers to create an upward movement of the liquid in the pipes. It is a most useful contraption. I thank you, but I prefer to keep my mind clear. I dare not protest. Should you change your mind, I'm always at your service. Thank you. Yeah, I don't think, Tess, that this is right now the right time to be indulging in such libations. They have somebody pumping it.
I
Tess.
won't tolerate weakness.
Tess, where have you found yourself? Thank you very much. And then, can I? No. Okay. So, how? Where is my child? I'm still not happy with the fact that my child is missing. Oh. Hey. What?
I did fine.
The horse... One of them pulls... Okay, clacks its teeth almost too greedily and hungry for a harmless herbivore. I thought teeth clacking. Like... I know, like, teeth clacking for...
shall stand in my way.
Horses can also be, like, younger horses saying to other horses, like, I'm just a baby kind of thing. So I don't know which way it was meant here. What is all of this? Oh, we gotta go see what all of that is. Hello. Oh, Glado? Good boy. Thank you, Glado. Oh. I will definitely take that. Goods. And then, I don't know, can we talk? Thank you. Okay, that's just that.
I'll lay claim to the stars.
Yes, you will, honey. This? Good. And then, is this? I don't want to climb. Why would I want to climb up? To get up faster, or is there something else? I don't know, actually.
A soldier would have been disciplined for such a performance.
You did it, though. Did you hurt yourself? Oh. Oh, that's fine. We'll be okay, I promise. What happens if we climb up? I'm curious.
What a shame.
Oh.
A new challenge for me?
Oh, to get the goods? Oh, good. That's awesome. Love to see that. You shouldn't have come here. Why? Why? Okay, so we got all that. So we're still missing... Oh, there's some goods down there. So can we come back?
That was a problem for you.
No. That's why I had you do it for me. Because, you know.
It's about time.
Yes, honey, it is. Is this? Okay. Chapter 2. It befits any servant of his to thank daily the emperor, him that holdeth the key, for the lot given them in life, as I have thanked him with my writings for thousands of moon lives, so too do I thank him now with the fetters that are preparing my soul for its new destiny. The rules of this service are simple. Day after day, I reverently carry with me the glass fetters, not daring to break them. Some believe that merely keeping them by one's bedside is enough to perform the sacraments. This is a lie, perpetuated by the slothful and the faint of heart. Okay, so we are definitely in Crazy Town. Okay, that goes back to my ship, which I'm good on. Up here, maybe? Oh, man with scissors? In the wavering torchlight, you see a glint of steel. One of the jacket-clad young men is pressing a blade against another's ribs. Masked eyes discarded at the attacker's feet. Noticing you, the trembling victim cries out, "Your Highness, save me!" Do not interfere, outsider. This man deserves to be punished, along with all of the Sarah's rotten elite. They see people and just things to be worn. Oh, they see people as things just to be worn. Worn, you say. Let him look me in the eye and find out what it feels like to be cut to pieces. You realize the weapon pressed against the victim's body is none other than a pair of expertly sharpened tailor scissors. Solomon casts an indifferent glance at the pair. Local folk and their strange amusements, they're not worth our time. What's going on? The victim sucks in a ragged breath. He's a tailor from the lower city. He's gone mad. He thinks I'm wearing the face of his brother, my valet. The attacker visibly loses his cool. Admit it, you killed him and took his face so you could wear it instead of a costume. I haven't heard from my brother in a moon life. The noble lord's features are stretched and distorted. The edges of his neck and forehead and cheeks are fastened at the side with fine gold thread. Peering into the nobleman's face, you realize that the stretched skin is his own. You see no scars or stitches. It appears this is merely his way of improving his look and imitating people of higher standing. Proctor, if you don't mind. Only because you asked. He gives Glado a sign, and the cybermastiff launches himself at the attacker. The powerful metal paw pins the man to the ground, preventing him from moving. This madman bribed the guards so that they would ignore my cries. I'm sure they'll be singing a different tune when they find out the celestial lady had to intervene personally. Tell me about Thessera's rotten elite. They're parasites. They tear whoever they want into pieces. These scum squeeze into a person's skin like it's a suit that's 2 sizes too small, splitting the seams in the process. The vigilante stares at you without blinking, his eyes glassy. Skin suits and splitting seams? Preposterous. Your brother was rewarded for his talent with the best assignment he could hope for. Maybe he just decided he wanted nothing to do with you anymore. The nobleman's voice cracks. He's on the verge of tears. Your celestial highness, if such were your will, you could send the servants to the dressmaker this very moment and find this man's brother alive and well. Tell me about this valet. The nobleman eyes his attacker fearfully. It's very simple. Your Celestial Highness, his younger brother has a way with clothes. I noticed when I was looking for new servants, I sent the boy to apprentice under a renowned dressmaker in the upper quarters. I thought I would make him my valet, you see, but then this fool decided that I took his brother not because of his talent, but to use him for my rejuvenation. Why would I even need a new face? I haven't even worn out my own yet. No. This man has never undergone facial replacement. He's wearing his own face. Do not be deceived. Look closer. This scoundrel is simply hiding his stitches. He thinks he can trick an expert tailor, but it's wasted effort. So here's the really interesting thing about this, right? He's frightened. And it start with like he's a lesser lord. Hold on. Let him look in the eye. Solomon local. No. Killed my right. So peering into the normal, you realize the stretch. So the edges of his neck and forehead and cheeks are fastened at the sides with fine gold thread, but it's his own. No scars or stitches. It appears this is merely a way of improving his looks, imitating people of higher standing. Okay, so that's what I was latching onto. So the really interesting thing here, though, is that higher standing. So it's not saying that it couldn't happen, because he said here, why would I even need a new face? I haven't even worn out my own yet. What do you mean you haven't worn out your own? What? What? So he's not saying it doesn't happen. He's saying he hasn't done it yet. I wish I could send somebody to the tailor, to, you know what I mean? Corroborate the story, but off with you, tailor. Ensure that I never set eyes on you again. But your highness, you can wriggle, you can run, you can cower behind others' backs, but there's no hiding from justice. It will pierce you right through like a needle. Just give it time. Okay, the last one should be hiding somewhere in the vicinity. Okay. Oh, there are 4. Okay, good. So now
follow my lead.
That was really cool. I like doing this because it is definitely piecing together some stuff that I didn't anticipate. The 2 clergymen in robes are bickering loudly. The older of the pair is eating with great appetite, while the younger one watches him in disgust. Your overindulgence is pure hypocrisy. A true servant of faith would have abstained. The old priest shoots his companion a glance over the plate. A true servant of the faith must keep his strength up so that he may offer the god emperor not just words, but deeds as well. The young man flushes when he notices your gaze. Celestial lady, how fortunate is your arrival. Only you can solve the conundrum and decide which of us is the true clergyman of noble birth and which is the arrogant imposter. No! Look fairly similar. Okay, I need to ask you a few questions. The old priest gives you a reserved nod. Meanwhile, the younger one turns his entire body to face you, like a student being evaluated. What is the role of knowledge in the Imperium? Both priests ponder the question for a while. The older one is first to speak up. Should they serve faithfully, the Emperor will preserve their soul in his halls. The young priest gives you a broad, sincere smile. It is customary on this era to believe in sacred reincarnation. Thus, the worthy may serve the Emperor for all eternity. And this fool says he yearns for everlasting service. He does not hear the undying one laughing quietly at his words. It is not this man's destiny to serve him for eternity. It is to leave meekly when he whispers, "It is time." No, the 2 debating, you can easily believe that one would indeed welcome his long-awaited rest and the other a chance at eternal service. What would you say, what is the name, by what name are the warriors born from the blood of the Emperor's sons known? The herald, the celestial master, gods among men. The young preacher's eyes are aligned with awe. The Emperor's angels. They descended upon the land to smite down his enemies. You see respect in the old man's eyes. And fear. What would you say is the role of... Oh, didn't we already do this? No, there are no barriers to learning the word of the Emperor and to conquering all that he has given unto us. Have you read the manuscript of our scribe, Gorgias Fault? I hear he has left his craft behind now, but his research shines on with the light of true worship. Knowledge depraves the soul, as does reading the letters that are not meant to be read. The priest furrows his brow at the young man's passionate words. I think it's the young priest. I do. But at the same time, right? Okay. No, I don't. I think it's the old priest. I think he was pulled from somewhere else. And, like, transplanted here, given the role of a servant kind of thing. Because the young priest talks like he's from here. And he's very certain of himself kind of vibe, which says to me, noble. However, I'm going to say it's the young priest because I want to let the old guy go. And I'm kind of hoping that this means he can go because I like him more. So I'm not doing... So hopefully that makes sense. In my head, the young priest is actually not the imposter, but I'm going to call him the imposter because that's what I would rather have as the outcome. I'd rather have him branded than the older guy. Does that make sense? The smile vanishes. He gasps indignantly. Why? Well, yes, I did skip the lectorum once or twice. It's true, but still, I am a proper noble. I swear it on my honor. He is. He is. That's why I picked him. Because the other guy might actually get the chance to go free. I know the other person said that they don't. And maybe they don't. But it's only people that are branded. And I branded the young noble. And not the old guy who should have a chance to live a little bit more comfortably by the end. Hey, anything.
My success is an irrefutable certainty.
So nothing? Oh. Nothing? I think we were already... Oh, crud. Well, we'll have to come back that way at some point. Where is my baby? I kind of hope he just shows up on the ship. I'm not gonna lie. Okay, quick save. Alright. This...
I won't tolerate weakness.
This way. Let's tell his governor-ness.